that cover, because we all have to pay cover, unless you're in some shithole, then you don't have to pay cover because nobody goes there and you need to bring people into the freaking establishment, so you're not going to be paying cover. But I'm from Vancouver, and when I was 18 and we were allowed to go out and club, because I didn't do that fake ID stuff like you guys do. I'm freaking legit. So we would pay about $20 to get into the club. No food, no drinks. And in that club, probably pay like $5 for your coat check if it was cold. And since I'm from Canada, it's either raining or it's cold, or it's raining and it's cold. So we'll add another $5 for your freaking umbrella. That's already $30 to get you in the freaking building. That's freaking crazy. Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of How Money Works with Course Hack. You can see that I edited the subtitles because the ones I had in the last two videos were bugging the crap out of me. They were just sticking all over my slides. Didn't like that. But they're working pretty well. The newest PowerPoint with these PowerPoint slides, it's pretty neat. But we left off at some statistics, the damage done to Americans, and specifically 33% of American adults have zero retirement savings. So I want you to think about if that's going to be you. Some more damage. 17 out of 50 states require high schools to teach at least one class in personal finance. And that's quoted by the Council for Economic Education. So, like I said in the past video, this wasn't required for my high school. We only had accounting, I believe. So I want you to ask, how about yours? Just leave it in the comments and let me know. Now we're going to talk about the cycle. Are you ready? What do you do when you get your paycheck? I just want you to think about that. Do you get some food? Let's do some calculations on that actually. Let's open up my calculator. So I want you to know that specifically for my roommate, they always get like a combo from McDonald's. So I'm just gonna peg that at $10. And add that $3 of Uber Eats fees. So that's $13 per day, per meal. So let's say that they eat it every day, which they do. It's $91. Sometimes they go get McDonald's twice. So let's bring back our $13. Let's say that they added 5 more meals under that. So 7 plus 5 is 13. So I'm Asian, so my math is supposed to be good. $169, but I'm still using a calculator, which does not make any sense whatsoever. So $169 per week on McDonald's. If I were you, I would be investing in my McDonald's. So are you that type of person that would get some food and buy out every single week? So think about that. Netflix subscription. I checked this the other day and we're checking like Netflix subscription costs. And it's $15.99 for the premium version. Paying pretty much $10 for the basic version. So $10 times 12, 120. 12 times 15, 180. So that's how much you're spending a year. And that's not even 15 actually. I don't know if you had tax, but not 1800. Probably $216 per year for your Netflix subscription. Pretty good. Party, clubs, drinks. Let's say that's 8 nights. Even if it's like, why did I put 8 nights? It's really only, oh wait, that's because there's 4 weeks in a month. And let's say that we go out 2 times per week. That is Friday and Saturday. When I was partying, I only partied Fridays and Saturdays because Sunday was a work night. I have to go to work the next day. So I'm gonna do some really conservative calculations on that. Where's my calculator? So let's say that cover, because we all have to pay cover, unless you're in some shithole, then you don't have to pay cover because nobody goes there and you need to bring people into the freaking establishment, so you're not going to be paying cover. But I'm from Vancouver, and when I was 18 and we were allowed to go out and club, because I didn't do that fake ID stuff like you guys do. I'm freaking legit. So we would pay about $20 to get into the club. No food, no drinks. And in that club, probably pay like $5 for your coat check if it was cold. And since I'm from Canada, it's either raining, or it's cold, or it's raining and it's cold. So we'll add another $5 for your freaking umbrella. That's already $30 to get you in the freaking building. That's freaking crazy. So you're paying $30 to get into a building and to store your umbrella and your coat. You can buy you 2 meals, and that's just me being raised by a Chinese family. Every dollar counts. So you're already $30 down. But if you're buying a drink, it's $10 per shot. So if you didn't pre-drink, which when I didn't know how to party, I just buy all my drinks at the club, man, freaking spend money. That's why I was broke. But $10 per shot. Let's say you had 3 shots at the club. So you're down $60 that night. If you're a guy and you like me and you want to impress a girl and you want to buy her and her friends drink, which is something that you never do, guys. I'm telling you, that's stupid. You add $40. That's for her and her 3 friends. You don't get a drink because you're freaking broke. So that's already $100. And that's one night. So let's say you do that another night. Let's cut that in half actually. The next night, you're not going with any girls that you know. You're just going solo. That's still $50. That's not times 50. It's plus 50. So let's say you go really cheap actually. So you only pay the cover. So you only pay for your $20 fee, and you pay for your coat check for your coat and your freaking umbrella because it's cold and it's raining. So that's $130 for 2 nights, or for 2 nights, and that's a weekend. So that's your Fridays and your Saturdays. So you times that by 4 because you're going out 4 days, 4 times per week, or 4 times for a month. So you're spending $520, bro. What's this? So times that by 12, you're showing almost $6,000 if you're partying every single weekend, Fridays and Saturdays, and some people even do Sundays. So they're rich, man. I don't know how they're getting that money. They're probably selling crack or something. So that's how they're gonna afford that. But for the legit folks, that's unaffordable. So that's something that I only did once in a blue moon. I didn't do that too often. So that's what I want to tell you. So 6K, bro. 6K. You're good. I told you gotta be ready for this. So how much interest rate do you get at a bank savings account? So it's different in Canada. I heard that, I was just talking to my Canadian financial advisor yesterday, and he was saying that it's 2% or something, which I don't believe him. So we're gonna have to check on that. But before we do, I want you to make a guess and put that guess in your head. Is it 2%? Is it 1%? Maybe it's 5%. Who knows? But it's 0.09%. That's the interest rate. You don't believe me? I'm going to tell you right now. I searched it. National interest rate for banks. The average bank interest rate for checking accounts in the United States is 0.06%. The average bank savings rate is 0.09%. So you're not making any money. Let's see Canada. 1.7%. So my financial advisor was lying. No, he was pretty close. It's 1.75%. So yeah, I hope you're learning something. So are you ready for more pain? If you're a Gen Xer, how much do you think the average Gen Xer have saved for retirement? I asked that question, but I just put the right answer right in front of you. So it's 66K. So that's how much the average Gen Xer have saved for retirement. And if you're a baby boomer, then it's 152K. Now, doing some calculations, and we're gonna calculate how long that stretches with your current lifestyle. So we're gonna go back. The average baby boomer have 152,000 saved for retirement. So with 1 year of rent, mortgage, and property fees, we're just gonna peg that at 12K at 1,000 per month. So really, they're baby boomers, so they're old and they're living in the middle of nowhere. That's why their rent is so cheap, or their mortgage, or their property fees. I'm just gonna go with that. Probably gonna be higher, but we're gonna give them benefit of the doubt and have them live in some barn on shitload of nowhere. Car maintenance is gonna be $1,200. Let's just say that it's $100 a month or something. Groceries dine out at 12K. So spending $1,000 to buy some killer groceries, organic stuff only, and to dine out. Gotta treat the wife to the dinner, and maybe to see some shows or do some extracurricular stuff. Some subscriptions. They're old. All their kids are out of the house, so they got money to spend. They're living in middle of nowhere, so I don't know where they're spending that $1,000 per month, but we're just gonna say 12K. Groceries dine out, put an extra comma, say having fun. So total, that's 25,200 living, because 12 plus 12 is 24, plus 1.2 is 25.2. So we calculated that out at 152 grand divided by 25.2K. That equates to roughly 6 years. And the baby boomer is between 55 and 75 years old. And with people living up to their 80s, 90s, 100s nowadays because of the improvements in health and technology, that 6 years is not going to last them. With 152K, after that 6 years, with the very conservative amount that we gave them, because if they're living in San Francisco or something, they're dead for sure. That 152 won't last them. So we're giving them a very conservative 6 years. They're in between 55 and 75 years old. You're gonna live up to 80, 90, 100. You're probably gonna live up to 90, 100, 110, 120 because technology is getting better, health is getting better. People know what to do. If you're gonna go in with those numbers, you're dead. There's no question about it. So that's what I am teaching you all this stuff for, to get you prepared, to get you scared, so you actually take action. Because people, when they're scared, they start either cry in their freaking closet and hide themselves, or they take action. Which one are you? So here are some questions. I always love to use questions to make people think, because when people ask me questions, I always think, but I'm a logical person. So how much will you pay over the life of your car loan or home mortgage? How much life insurance do you need to protect you and your family financially. Because if you are the sole breadwinner of a family of 4 or 5 or 6, based on how much action you take in bedroom, you have a lot to protect. So how much life insurance, just in case you kick the bucket, do you have that will set your family up for success? How much do you have saved for the future, and are you on track? And how much monthly income will your 401k provide? And at what age will you run out? And I am not a fan of the 401k, just to leave it out there. If you're gonna invest in something, invest in the Roth 401k at least. Otherwise, as we'll go on with these videos, which is what I'm doing to make sure you watch all these videos, we're gonna provide you with some other investment vehicles that's better than the 401k, and it will leave your family protected. But you have to keep watching to see when I'm gonna unleash the beast, or unleash the financial vehicles. Unleash the beast kind of sounds wrong. So we're gonna go through a story. If you know who this guy is, then you can leave that in the comments. Otherwise, you can watch 5 minutes later and I'll tell you who he is. But this is America's first self-made billionaire. If you combine Warren Buffett, that investor, Bill Gates, and Jeff Bezos, he's still richer. And give you a hint, he's related to oil. So in today's money, his net worth is $340 billion. And here's a little story. When he was a kid, he saved up like $50, which in today's money, it's about $1,500. And because he had a great mom, thank God for moms, who coerced him or encouraged him to lend it to a farmer who promised to pay back with 7% interest in 12 months, Rockefeller made $50 plus $3.50 in interest. And during those same 12 months, while he lent out that money as a loaner, at the same time, he was digging potatoes for 3 days and he earned $1.12. So I know what you're thinking. You're saying that he had to wait 12 months to get that $3.50 back, and at the same time he could have worked with his own hands and he worked for 3 days and he earned $1.12. So if he worked for like 9 days, because we times that by 3, then he would have made $3.36, which pretty much is equal to, it's close to $3.50. If he worked 10 days, then he would have earned more than $3.50. But the idea that we want to get across here is that he made that $3.50 without doing anything. And that is my game plan. I don't want to work. I just want to make my money work for me. So he made his money work for him. In those 12 months, he just screwed off. Well, he didn't screw off. He worked in a potato field for 3 days and earned $1.12. So he still had to work. He still had to go out to the field and dig potatoes. And if you had the choice, would you dig potatoes to earn money for 9 days, or would you rather just sit there, do nothing, and have your money earn you the same amount of money for doing nothing? If it was me, I'd pick not doing anything and making money, which is a dream come true for a lot of people, and that's called passive income, which is what we're all aiming for, right? So who this person is, he's John D. Rockefeller, and I think he made his riches with Standard Oil, so that's who he is. He's still richer in today's money than Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, and Jeff Bezos combined. So that's the story. That gives you a little bit of perspective of what investing really is. So the moral of the story is, do you want to make your money work for you 24/7, 365 days per year? And that's where we're gonna leave it. So please rate, comment, subscribe if you're enjoying these videos, and if I'm entertaining you well enough. If you haven't already, please join our newsletter by clicking the link in the description and signing up for our newsletter, where you get some good freebies that we'll use as we progress through these video series, and that you could use in order to figure out whether a certain investment is good for you or not. And we'll also drop some tips and tricks on how the economy is working, what you should be looking at if you sign on with us at our emails newsletters. But other than that, again, please rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.